a powerful story inspired by life-changing ideas from Atomic Habits that shows how small habits can completely transform a life. In this StoryWise episode, we turn one core lesson from Atomic Habits into a cinematic story about discipline, identity, and transformation.
Everything. Sarah spent years trying to quit bad habits, but deep inside, she still believed she was someone who couldn't change. She looked at her cluttered room and her half-finished projects, feeling as though she was stuck in a cycle that would never end. To Sarah, these weren't just mistakes. They were who she was. She often focused on the outcomes she wanted. "I will be the girl who finishes everything," she would tell herself. But every time she sat down to work, a small voice inside whispered that she was just pretending. Soon the pencils were dropped, the books were closed, and the old habits returned. One afternoon, Sarah met her friend Navi at their favorite spot beneath a sprawling oak tree. Navi was always so steady and calm, moving through her day with a quiet kind of purpose. Sarah sighed and shared her frustration, explaining how every attempt to change seemed to slip through her fingers. Navi listened patiently as Sarah spoke about her failed goals. "You are trying to change what you do, Sarah," Navi said gently, "but you haven't changed how you see yourself. You're trying to build a house on a foundation that you don't think can hold it." Navi picked up a small, smooth stone from the ground. "If you think of yourself as a person who fails, then every mistake proves you right. But if you decide who you want to be first, the habits will follow. Don't just try to be better. Believe you already are the person who does these things." Sarah went home and sat in the middle of her messy room. Instead of thinking, "I have to clean this," she took a deep breath and whispered, "I am a disciplined person who values her space." She stood up and picked up a single book, placing it neatly on the shelf. It felt different this time. The next morning, Sarah stood in the kitchen. Usually, she would reach for the box of sugary cereal. But she stopped herself and thought, "I am a healthy person." She reached for a bright red apple instead. She wasn't just making a choice. She was acting like the person she now believed she was. Days turned into weeks. Whenever things got difficult, Sarah repeated her new truth. "I am a learner," she said when a math problem was hard. "I am an athlete," she said when she felt tired during a walk. Slowly, the small voice that used to doubt her began to fade away, replaced by a steady confidence. Sarah met Navi again under the oak tree. Sarah didn't feel like the girl who couldn't change anymore. She moved with a new energy, and her heart felt light. "I did it, Navi," she said. "I didn't just change my habits. I changed my mind about who I am." Sarah realized that real transformation doesn't start with a goal, but with an identity. When you change the "I am," the "I do" becomes easy. The strongest habits are the ones connected to who you believe you are.
If you like our content, please subscribe and like to show your support.